Long shit, always. 9:30.
Well, we're live. We have 3 people, but I don't see any chat yet, so we'll see. You coming? Please let the chat work this week. Can anybody hear me? Little button says I'm talking. Hello. There's Geeky. Hello, Geeky. It says we got 6 people. There's Warren.
There's Tony.
Hey.
Hey, Warren, Geeky, that's your heaven.
You spelled it right, Warren. That's great.
Yeah, all right.
My name. That's your heaven.
Geeky, how'd you fare in the storm?
See, he is here.
I'm right here.
There's the preacher and Josh. Yeah, he told me that you were interested in a pig. Josh said he's coming down there the first week of September to get a pig.
We'll be right here, Josh. We should have one for you.
There's Brett, and Cindy. He sure did.
Well, Geeky, how was the storm in Florida? It won't much of nothing here.
They should be ready the first week of September.
They actually be ready the week before that, Josh, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's a farm all land. I didn't know that.
Is it an amusement park? It would be to him.
Or like a museum. Can you do videos there? Now we got a bad thunderstorm.
He said that he heard
Max
about
does.
any rain and no wind. It kind of skipped over them. It was kind of out.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy, and a guy called me about some pigs in Florida, and I was talking to him the next day at a museum.
Max Dose. Is Max his first time on live?
I'm not sure.
You talked to him before?
That name looks familiar. Max, tell us a little bit about yourself. My memory ain't worth 5 cents. It's been up here before. There's Rip. I remember Rip. No.
John Foley.
Yeah. Hey, Rip. I'd love to see that. Josh, you should be,
Shouldn't take 5 to 6 months to build it.
shouldn't take that long.
Wait, Michigan.
They should be ready to kill 4 months after you get it.
Oh man, a while ago. Buddy
Be about 200 people.
was doing something like he's doing right now, just checking things out. Then he got real aggressive checking something out. And I realized he was biting something. I looked down and he had one of them little tree frogs chasing around the house. And he let it land and he'd go and bite it and then let it hop away and then go bite it again.
Rip, we started on a new hog pen. Today we managed to get 1 post in the ground, 1 light post. But 4 foot deep holes were a pair of post hole diggers for light poles. Take a few minutes. We got 1 pole in the ground from storm fill. Max, we're investigating shipping pigs, to be honest with
I don't think
you. We found a couple ways to be. You can make them U.S. mail.
well, when they're small, you can put them in a dog crate and ship them, but it's extremely expensive.
There's somebody that does it. McMurray's hatchery. I keep hearing a lot about McMurray's. Rip. I don't know a whole lot. We hatch our own most of the time.
Whatever it is.
Every once in a while, we'll order some chicks from maybe McMurray's, but I go through our local feed mill. They'll order them for me at cost. Hey, Judy, will you come down? Max, I don't know, doggone, it'd be a drive from Michigan, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We have people come from as far away as West Virginia, Georgia, and Florida to get pigs. Maybe one a year from each place. Tennessee, occasionally.
Most people do it where they can do it in a day. You know, do a long drive, get here,
We've
and
had
then
a couple
drive
people.
back. They don't do it.
We have had a couple of people stay in the hotel overnight, get the pig first thing the next morning, and go back.
Yeah, but that's an awful lot to ask for.
But that's because they just especially wanted some pigs like we had, and they weren't available in their area. Because our pigs aren't.
He's still planning a trip to the other side of the state, which is way more than he's used to. About 4.5 hours, something like that.
I don't know the guy ever lets me know something. That's something we need to do a video on. Is actually I had somebody make a comment on that video that they had Do Rock pigs one county over. And
did it turn out?
I know they're not full blooded.
Oh.
So that's a big difference when it looks like and is. A lot of people pull out the little phone and
I hear crunching. I see it.
A fork.
Okay.
And they Google something and a picture comes up with a Do-Rock pig. They got a red flop-eared pig. Oh, that must be a Do-Rock. Mama was black and white and the daddy was yellow with stripes. But the pig that came out red with flop ears, so it must be a Do-Rock. And that's what they advertise them as. And then they act like you just insulting them when you get there and kind of lose your temper and say, how did a black and white sow have a full-blooded Do-Rock pig? Or how did a yellow bowl throw a full-blooded Do-Rock pig? You know. Just be honest with people about what you got. Well,
it almost sounds like a tornado for a second.
No.
Mm-hmm. That would be our luck, a tornado.
Max, I bet you definitely tell the difference in texture between an old hog and a young hog. I've had a lot of people tell me they could tell the difference between a sow and a barrow. I mean, a gilt and a barrow. But I don't, not that I've ever been able to. But you definitely tell the difference between a 600-pound pig, a 500-pound pig, and a 250-pound pig. You can tell that in the texture, and the age.
The age, I thought he was horrible when he first told me that, you know, he liked to kill them young. And I'm like, why? That's just me. But I've been there, seen it. The younger they are, the tenderer the meat.
We were talking about deer at the time.
Yeah. But it's pigs too. Cows too. We've seen it, and we've seen all of that over the years.
But as far as taste, Max, I don't know if it's a taste thing or just the meat's tougher.
Yeah, the meat's tougher when they're older.
And we use a lot of Tony sachets too, so we might not be tasty good.
Which I wasn't really talking about the taste. I was talking about the tenderness.
Yeah, the tenderness. Like a pork chop oval big sow be that big. You better sharpen
with that much of fat.
Yeah, with that much fat on, you better sharpen your knives good before it's time to eat. Yeah, no. Okay, I'll say what. No, Warren, we did not really. Big Mike did. Big Mike lost some pigs in the storm. He had a couple big gun trees get around. But we didn't have. I was gonna chase that rifle nowhere. We didn't have that few limbs to pick up. It might be, Max, if you got a very discerning palate. But I don't know if I do it different. I've heard you're not the only person I've ever heard say that though, so it's possible. Not really. I could tell the difference between a boar and a sow.
Mm,
I can't tell them the difference. Honestly, I can't tell any. Hang on,
um, I'm afraid he's texting the other kid phone. He's something definitely. A tree frost poisons make him sick. I heard about that. I want to get sick. How's the weather today been? Because we've had storms, bad thunderstorms today. Probably thunderstorms this afternoon. He said he's been smoking the jowls there are the best. Maple sausage is his favorite.
Yeah, we don't have that down here. We have some maple sausage, but it ain't enough to do.
Mm-mm.
We don't
Did
have
Trey
maple
send
anyway.
off to get the maple sausage? He sent us.
It was made in Canada.
Oh,
You ain't got to worry about nothing maple here. We don't have sugar maples. We don't have maple syrup. I don't.
they had a hard rain in Seattle, Washington yesterday. Or had rain.
Oh,
It was nice
yeah,
today,
sure.
about 70 degrees.
I don't know how much it rained this afternoon, Warren. It rained a flood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a pure flood in just about 2 hours. Well, 3 acres is a plenty, depending on where you're at, Rip. That's just personal preference. I prefer a full-size jersey, which is still a small cow. Full-size jerseys are smaller than most beef cows. Or you just go with a crossbreed. You get you a half jersey. What we got now is half jersey.
Kiki said they've had a cycle of afternoon sea breeze storms.
Yeah, we actually did a video breaking down real cow economics.
Costs. Um, what is the benefits of having a milk cow or something along those lines? Don't remember.
But we broke down what it costs to keep one. Because remember, you got to feed them a little bit. You can't just put them on grass.
It's, you put Lego in it, huh? It's for the baby. I told her I was going to send it. She put it on his dresser. And then as he gets older, I can start sending him a Lego in it. My, isn't this the cutest little thing? It's a Lego man whole head.
I'm missing out on comments. You can track up.
There's a market, I guess, where he's at that processes pork.
No, I'm not cooking. I was getting the fan and checking on the dog and about 40,000 of them.
Thank you.
I used to cook. I cooked for Mother's Day one time.
He even made a video of it.
You know, nobody would have believed it done it that. Um, I used to cook all the time. But I ain't done it. I don't know if I've cooked anything going outside. But we don't even grill. We cook a pig every once in a while, whole turkey. On the pig, 'cause we don't,
Hope the lights go out. He put some.
yeah, the lights go out. She's scared of cooking the pagan time. But I
Pine
told her,
Valley Farm. Hey, how you doing?
is that Pine Valley? You got Pine Valley? We know Pine Valley?
That's one of them.
No, we know Pine Valley, do we?
We have Pine Valley?
I get the valleys mixed up. Pine Valley, Tennessee, y'all. Share a little bit about yourself. Oh, that's Kaleidoscope Junkie. I think it's the first time you've been on a live, ain't it?
Favorite pork meat?
Oh, that's a good question.
Bacon.
The ribs on the barbecue pig.
That's only if they're on the barbecue pig and they've been cooked as a barbecue pig. You don't particularly care for them cooked separately.
My favorite way for that would be,
Who in the heck goes?
well, hello, who in the heck?
They were up last week.
I think so. I can't keep track. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't keep track of everybody. My memory is not that good. Kaleidoscope Junkie, you never had an Eastern North Carolina pig picking. That's something you need to experience once in your life. That's where you cook the whole pig on a big grill. We call them pig cookers.
You kill them.
And then you go up there with a big knife and get whatever you want. The skin's crispy. You eat the skin. Just
Skin is a acquired taste.
it's a delicacy.
Either you love it or you don't. I'm not making this skin. But
One says he won't try smoking meat.
I hate it. You can find those smokers, the small ones. We get them, see them a lot on like the marketplace.
Well, are you talking about smoking meat like a smoker? Or are you talking about like going big like in a smokehouse? Oh, it's just drink, Max. We don't teetotalers. It is, Warren. It's still raining that hard.
Y'all hear the rain? It was that loud.
It's probably rained 4 inches already. But it really is, Warren. We got on the subject of chocolate barbecue last Friday or Saturday, whenever we were up. And you know, Warren, we can't do that here. We can't use smokehouses anymore because we don't get enough cold weather in a row. We still get cold, but it's only for a day or two at a time. It'll warm back up to the 70s.
Didn't you say you have to put air conditioners on the
What people been doing now is Danny over at Deep South had the pipe deal. But used to here is just a barn, single wall, tin barn usually, with a salt box down one side of it. You put stuff in the salt box and let it take. And then if you want to smoke it, you just hung it in the rafters, and there was a little smoldering fire built right in the middle of the building. The smoke just got away from that building. Well, now we don't get enough cold weather to be able to do that. I haven't been able to since I was about a grown young, you know. So nowadays, what they do is they insulate this building. I mean, insulate it really, really good. Double wall insulated, thick insulation. And they put 2 window unit air conditioners in it. And then you put the fire outside and just let smoke go in through the stovepipe.
He hasn't done much hunting the last couple of years, but I told him that this year we might need to do some something.
We
else.
used to eat a lot, Max. We used to eat. That's about all we chew. We eat it. We make 300, 400 pounds of deer hamburger a year.
Their hamburger's good.
We made it
It comes
ourselves.
in handy, and it's.
We had cows kill. We saved the beef fat, and you'll eat it as hamburger meat because you put everything.
Well, it'll be a while before we have a cow that's big enough to slaughter. So
Yeah, our
I was hoping he'd get a few deer this year.
well, thank you, Pine Valley.
For your smoker, Brett.
He's wanting to build a smokehouse.
It's okay.
I kind of want to build a smokehouse, but a good friend of mine's already got one. Already got one built, so and he's perfectly happy to do our bacon for us. And that's about the smoke. Oh, there's Beaver Creek.
Well, Jake loves venison. He prefers it to be cooked.
Well, Warren just be insulating it, you know. But then you got to run the air conditioners.
You're scratching my
But like I said, a good friend of mine's already got one built exactly that way. And there's really no, I mean, I can use his. He'll cure the meat for me. I mean, it make more sense. I talked the pigs out. I talked the pigs out for him. That's right, Brett. Deep South. Danny show you how to do it. He cures some bacon and he is a pretty doggone good. But really and truly, you can take over refrigerator. It works. It's got to work. But over refrigerator and do your bacon and eat. All you got to do is leave it in salt 3 days. Put it in the pan, submerge it in salt. We've done something like that here at Line School. Said we don't use red salt.
Bucket sauce, what does that mean?
I've seen these dip in the knockdown.
Oh.
Yeah, we need a new refrigerator, good. But a refrigerator works better for salt and meaning. You don't want it that cold. Yeah. But if you just want salt for it, all you got to do is put it in a pan and submerge it in salt with the set. Some people say 3 days, some people say a day and a half, some people say a week. Best I tell, a week makes fat back. About 2.5, 3 days makes bacon. And you can sprinkle a little bit of liquid salt in it.
Yep. Definitely. The whole wall back here.
Trevor got me one of them. Has got me one of them for Christmas
every year
since he was old enough to get a ride in town to get one.
And that's about the only thing that people can get him that they know he'll actually like. Chris, it's hard to buy for.
Fat back is pork belly. It's one. It's you got the bacon's got the lean meat in it. It's around where it's all fat. And
it's got a little bit.
Sometimes I have one little strip of meat at the top of it, about a 1/4 inch wide.
And it's got a little bit of skin on it that makes it crisp. And
it's salted to death.
Yeah. And
it's salted to the point it doesn't need refrigeration.
When you cook it, you can go. And it's that.
You can't burn it. You can't burn it.
You can't burn it, and it's like almost like a chewy. What's the stuff they dry out? For some reason, I can't think of it. Mind blowing. The chewy meat. Like
jerky. No, I ain't got jerky. Crunchy.
It's crunchy, but it's not crumbly. It's got a chewiness to it. It's crunchy and it's got a crunchiness, but it's still got a chewiness to it too.
The fat back we make is the end of the slab of bacon. Is where ours come from, the skin on.
Brett uses a gas smoker to make smoked sausage and summer sausage in cold weather. I've never had homemade smoked sausage. Was it good? Because we really like smoked sausage. Yes, turkey. Couldn't think of it. We've got a friend of ours that did it, and they cure their bacon, and it turns out really good. Hey, Happy Quack! Well, we're glad you came. Late or not, you're still here. That makes a difference.
We used to make smoked sausage, Daddy did, but it won't like smoked sausage you get at the grocery store.
No, I mean, I've never had homemade smoked sausage.
Well, our homemade
You're falling
smoked sausage.
behind because they've already got to scroll back up to go back.
Our smoked sausage won't like store-bought smoked sausage. We had something called Tom Slums. Happy Quack.
All right. Warren said that he's thinking about modifying an old refrigerator to have
we talked about that.
smoke using smoker.
That was Warren. Yeah. We talked about that. Might have been me and him talked about it on one night.
Beef jerky, but they say that back is super delicious.
You gotta have something to eat with it, though.
They're finally, Happy Quack said they're finally getting Gloucester Old Spot pigs.
That's what our bowl was supposed to be part, what it had.
Mm-hmm. Right, he saved his lard and he really don't know what to do with it. I mean, cook with it.
Yeah, cook with it. Fry you some fish.
Yeah.
Put it in cornbread. Put it in your biscuits.
Anything that you can use vegetable oil or canola oil or olive oil, that used to be all lard. So.
Just bear in mind, if it flashes off, it'll burn out.
Oh, yeah. It's real flammable once it hits the heat. Ordered 3 gilts and a boar 2 days ago. Ordered it. How did you order them?
The Happy Quack.
Yeah. Brett said he made kielbasa sausage like in the store.
I don't even know what kielbasa is.
It's like well, it's sausage, but it's more like a sausage dog sausage.
It's not Polish sausage, like a bratwurst kind.
Oh my goodness. He's been fixing his venison and peanut oil. Beaver Creek, we just got, the storm was a little bit of rain, but what we just got tonight was a whole lot more.
We only got about 3 inches on this.
Okay, Happy Quack has a question for the whole room. How do we ship pigs? Okay, we're talking about it a while ago. It's expensive. Still got to get pigs from Chris across the country. So who's got the best idea? She's game.
The mailman said we could make them Happy Quack.
Yeah,
He never told me what it cost.
Well, it's going to be expensive. First off, we've got to have a shipping crate that, like you put on a plane. So not just a regular dog crate. It's got to be a dog crate that is plane worthy. I do know that much. Chris is up with trouble. I already tell you that. And then you got to pay.
That's the same way we do the Happy Quack. We won't let nobody pay for it till they win. But that's the topic I want to talk about with y'all about here in a minute.
Get over here, talk to him. He's doing his little pacing thing. Walking back there. Sorry, y'all. My glasses. Something has gone wrong with the.
Yeah, we got new glasses last year. Paid the most for them. Everybody's in there in their eyes. And they ain't been worth 5 cents.
I took them back up there to see if there was something they can do with them. And they said that they could get me new lenses for half price and still be $100. And
I like that idea about
It's-
making soap with all.
it's so hard to have. I have to
Well, I
wash them
appreciate
in
that, Mike.
alcohol like 10 times a day.
Kaleidoscope, my grandmama always made soap with beef tallow.
It stinks though.
It stinks. I think you just get one of them dog crates. That's what.
It has to be
But it's going to be airline approved.
airline approved.
But I asked her one time, I did have the forethought, and there was a lot of knowledge lost when my grandma passed away, when my daddy passed away, because I didn't have the forethought to ask them why they did things the way they did. I knew they did them a certain way. Hey, Jordan. But I didn't know why they did it that way. I had talked to other old people, uncles and neighbors and stuff. Like years later, when I became curious about why they did things, to find out why they did things, what they did. Me and one of my best friends were just talking about that the other day. There ain't no way we could ever go nowhere after quiet. I can't go to the store. Hey, B-Bird. Yes, I did, Gordon. I just ain't had a chance to email you back. I'm sorry. I got a bunch of emails this week I ain't answered. I'm supposed to be doing a collaboration with Geeky. I ain't done that. I'm supposed to be doing a collaboration with Brett, Cindy, and I ain't done that. Ain't that the truth, Warren? Oh, we got a good pickled okra recipe, Kaleidoscope. We combine my mama's recipe with my grandma, which you couldn't do that with everything. But we combine my mama's recipe with my grandmama's recipe and come up with some good, like prize winning pickled okra, Kaleidoscope. Send me an email. I'll get Darlene to tell you what. And we just came up with this on our own. Only problem we've had, Max, has been a little bit dry. It's either too dry or too wet. And I got white flies on my college bed. Well, we ain't got no okra. I just dug okra up. Darlene was tired of going to the garden. We canned and froze and put up. And, thank you, Geek. We freeze okra for frying bread. We freeze a whole lot more we can because it's easier. And I don't know, we ought to show you our freezer one day. We got a freezer big enough to put
10 bodies in.
More than that. It'll hold half a cow and 4 pigs. B-Bird, I'd have them on pasture. They'll have all the pasture you'll have. You know, Toad Hill, in all honesty, I got some buddies that drive trucks that go to California. But
Is he ever come near here? Like East North Carolina?
I got one carries the mail. So he probably the one to take him if I mailed him anyway.
If he does North Carolina, we might could meet him.
Root rock from Fungus Lands. I don't know what the deal is with them Geeky. They're on my doggone. We had some old big caterpillar ate the whole pepper plant. I don't know what he was. Big green caterpillar like he's supposed to kill from Alice Wonderland about that long. Like a tobacco worm, but he won't.
The chickens wouldn't even mess with him.
Pickled okra, Warren, are kind of they're different. And
Chris loves them.
yeah, I like them. I eat a whole jar whenever I go eat them. Yeah, we don't have much trouble with it. We're getting a beta worm every once in a while. We don't have much trouble fast on the betas. Stink bugs and everything.
They're eating okra.
Yeah, they're eating okra. And
A little bit we got.
if y'all don't have stink bugs yet, I hope you don't get them.
You know,
breeding donkeys.
Imart
We
Express.
used to breed donkeys, Gordon. I'll talk to you a little about. I see the email and talk to. But I don't know if I'm an expert on any of that. That's what we ought to do for a giveaway. We ought to give away some people. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a giveaway and give away some people. Have we still got any?
I still look. I haven't done any this year because they're not putting out like they're supposed to.
Pine Valley, we're fixing to top out 10 for people that we don't top any out there trying to sell them. We top them. People buy the pig, I top them out and deliver them straight to the slaughterhouse, just like you do.
No, Jimmy, we were talking about, we got a friend that has a refrigerator converted, but we don't have them.
Baby Bird, I'm gonna be honest with you about something. Now, I want you to understand this. I tend, or have in the past, tended about 4 hog farms worth of cows. You know, we're in East North Carolina, every hog farm's got a cow herd on it because it's pumping, kind of pump on the grass. And I've never, usually the protection animals, the donkeys or whatever, cause more problems than cows. I've never lost a calf to a cow. And we were wrapped up. They're new. We only had them about 6 or 7 years, but they're. I missed a few questions, y'all. I can't see today.
My glasses are Imart Express. They put some kind of coating on my glasses.
But Bieber, I will tell you this: once he gets a week old, I don't think you have to worry about nothing. No way, you know.
The coating,
once he gets up and running good,
has put some kind of. It's going bad, and my glasses. I thought it was me until I realized that it was my glasses that the coating's going bad.
Yeah, mine are too.
And so.
Yeah, well, I have. I don't know if she has. Not coating's going on mine. Welder's got mine. Welder and grinder.
They told me to use.
Oh, they're learned. They're learned. Mine are worse. Mine are horrible.
Yeah, they are really clouded. It's hard for me to.
Y'all think so pitted up you can't see them at all.
Y'all think I'm joking when I said it's hard for me to read.
I see better without them on than I can with them on.
But I use straight alcohol. They told me that alcohol would help. My coating has gone bad. It's like a cloud. It's like I have cataracts or something. So hard to see. And I have to have them to read. I can see fine, but I can't read. I can't see small stuff. So I haven't tried vinegar. I'll try vinegar.
They're cheaper than that. Here, go. Here's what we're running into here. In order to sell a mule, donkey, or any kind of equine horse at an auction, they have to have what's called a Coggins test. Well, Coggins test costs $150. Most donkeys, except Mammoth Jacks. Mammoth Jacks will sell pretty good. But most donkeys only bring $150. And like I said, every time we try to use them for protection animals, I will tell y'all this has been my experience with it. That you've got to have jennies and a jack. The jack's going to do the protecting. And you got to have jennies. And what he's going to do is protect his jennies. He don't care about the cows at all. If he runs something off, it's because he's worried about it getting his jenny. It won't be because he's worried about it getting a cow. And then they'll attack calves. They'll try to breed cows. The cows come to eat and hurt them. We have them. The biggest one is to get around the feed trough and feed the cows and chew their teeth out. It ain't nothing unusual to find a cow tooth around a horse trough with a blooded up cow.
And they'll take the cow babies as their own.
Then they'll try to adopt a cow. A mule will do that, man. Old sterile mule, Jenny mule. That's what ours used to do. Not legally, Max. Judy, I missed something Judy said.
I don't know. She asked earlier about how the smoke guys.
Do they still use them for draft at all there, Golden? Oh, I like her. We had a little Jenny Hill. She was gorgeous.
She did try to kidnap the baby cow though.
Yeah, she tried to take a baby cow. And we used to have goats. I had my daddy's old big jack that was broke to work. My daddy working. And I had his old big jack and the goat thing, and that jerk killed every little goat I got. I went there one day, and he wouldn't.
Oh,
He might get along with them fine for 3 or 4 months, and that's what you feel pretty confident nothing was going to happen. Everybody was getting along fine, and one day something just go through that jack's head, and he killed a billy goat.
the billy goat called him a bad name.
That sounds like a good deal. 300 pounds. A half a cow into 300 pounds. That sounds. That don't sound right with it.
Doesn't sound more like a quarter.
That sounds more like a colt. Well, I guess it depends on how big the cow is, you know. But I mean, that might be small. Well,
Yeah, I think it does.
that sounds like a quarter.
Because when I look down, I can see better. But when I'm looking like this, it could be overhead lights. I hadn't made that connection, but it makes sense. I guess I'm gonna have to dish out the $100 and get new lenses, but they're not gonna put the coating on it this time. They better not. You're getting to
I don't know about if it makes it worse or not. Honestly, I don't know. Really. Let me give you a calculator and I'll figure it out. I know exactly what I have to calculate on. What calculator?
He's really sleepy. He'll go. He stays in the crate at night because this makes it. He's like a little mini tornado, and he'll be right back, people. And he'll go get in his crate and look at me like it's bedtime. Going to bed. I'm like, no, we're not going to bed yet. He'll go back about 5 minutes later, get in his crate, look at me like, it's not to bed now. No, not yet. He goes to bed when I go to bed. Which some nights it's 9 o'clock, some nights it's midnight.
Well, let's look at this now. Let's think about this. 1,000-pound cows will dress out between 600 and 700 pounds, or maybe a little bit more. Yeah. So that's $2 a pound. You know, that'd be a half a
Good
cow.
night, Brett. No, they don't.
Do what now?
There's Drop.
Hey, Drop. What am you?
Okay. Gordon, you see Gordon's talking about there were pets. They were using to eat small pasture and school food.
No, I'm used to that part.
Okay. And then they were asking about if that was a small cow. And
yes, baby Bernie. Yeah, and our tractor's a good tractor.
I was sleepy, but I told her it was really a dog.
That ain't terrible for you.
Toad Hill said that his buddy's donkeys killed a bunch of the sheep. Look.
It probably ain't deal of the century, but it's probably about, especially as high as beef is now. I mean, that's
beef right now is so, it's like grocery store beef is what? Depends on what you're getting, $6-7 a pound.
Well, you know, that's kind of a misconception. A lot of people think farm raised beef should be cheaper than store bought beef, but it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, if you want, you know, a bunch of special treatment, you know, you can. You just can't do it. You know, and it costs, like here, what is $500 to get the cow dressed, processed. So you got a cow that was worth, let's just say $1 a pound, and my brought more less than that. Let's just say $1 a pound. So if you get 300 pounds of beef, that means 1,000 pounds steer is worth $1 a pound. So that's $1,000. If you have $1,500 to do it, you know. So then, you know, farmers got to make something. They can't do it at cost. So it wouldn't be no point doing it.
I actually hear potatoes are a little bit cheaper than bananas.
Potatoes here are pretty cheap in the
Well,
storage room.
our potatoes we grow, but in the grocery store, it still you get a 10-pound bag for say $3.99. That's
Garden Weaver
39
still.
cents a pound.
My
For
daddy
those, it's
used to.
50 now.
My daddy used to tend a garden with a donkey. When I say used to tend a garden with a donkey, we're talking about 10, 12 years ago, well, 14 years ago. And he liked doing it with a donkey better than a mule. Donkey by half
Why'd
size.
you get down if you want to sit with me?
Because he could fly in the middles and everything else. And people used to stop side the road. You're watching doing it.
We could just about do it now, like you know, exactly.
People can charge money to do that, people. How many times a week do I go do that? I don't ever charge them nothing.
Really? I told you you had been charging enough.
I do that all the time, B-Bird. Don't charge them a dime. They just
They'll
bring
call
it up
them and
here.
say, "Can you come ride with me?" and such and such. Yeah.
And I might, if there's something a little bit else, we usually have bring it up here and I change the oil and everything before they get it, so I don't charge them nothing. Hey, Mo Homestead. Yeah,
Give up on it.
we ain't never great 40 acres of them. That's right, Warren. You always know more about what you got, you know, when you grow it yourself.
Hey, Mo Homestead, how you doing?
The little bitty babies are about a month old. And
You quit walking from left to left.
but we don't have much of a. No, we bait deer here. I can't tell me. I can't see it. You bait deer here. Matt said we have a ban on baiting deer. We got so many deer, Max, we can bait them. You just can't shoot them at night. You kill about 50.
You can't even go look and have a light and a gun because they'll take everything. They'll take your light, your gun, and your truck
Yeah, especially your daddy's truck.
at night.
Yeah. What was I fixing? Oh, here, Max, you shoot your limit, and all you gotta do is go buy more tags and shoot some more. You shoot as many as you want to pay for.
Oh wow. Okay, Mo Homestead said that she has pride that she's raised her own meat and it's so much better than anything else. And also she knows what they ate every day. Gordon said that he still has his dad's old cart. It's on iron rims. That would be kind of cool to see. Drop said use a crossbow. Yeah, we have a crossbow. We have a bow season, don't we? Not crossbow, but bow season.
I don't know if you have a crossbow here or not.
I know we have a bow season.
You have a bow season, I ain't sure. I think you gotta be disabled to use your crossbow.
A bow is what, about a month before regular season comes in?
Yeah, probably a month. You get 2 weeks of bow season and 2 weeks of muzzle load. Black ladder, it's gotta be muzzle load. And then you get from October 15th to January 1st, shooting with a rifle. Except one county. Some of the counties around here you can't use nothing but shotgun unless you have to treat. You have to have a treat for your rifle.
Is that here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rain County, you can't shoot a rifle on the level. You can't shoot a center fire rifle on the level for no reason. You gotta be 8 foot off the ground to shoot to the side of it.
But here, you can shoot it regular.
Yeah, right here, man. You go 4 miles that way, you do. That's why I try to tell people all the time. You know, they don't give them an AR with a homestead gun, the county live in them. I can't even shoot it no level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt said they're a tasty nuisance. Can't hunt over baited area in Georgia. Plastic said that. I get them with a Freightliner.
Well,
I will be honest. I got one
killing
time
deer
with
is
a
not a
Thunderbird.
challenge. Killing deer is not a challenge.
Well, he hasn't got us any in a few years, but he's supposed to this year. There's a limit, usually 12 in Georgia on deer. Drop's point was that nobody hears a crossbow. You can do that without nobody knowing you're doing it.
Oh, hell, see the sky up in the matter of around here.
Judy said that's a huge freezer. Again, apparently she's got some lag going on because from that freezer earlier. Let's see. Max said his chickens weren't that tasty, but the pork is always premium.
Our freezer, I tell you how big our freezer is. Our freezer is from where his computer would be at underneath of this wall, right? Because it's on the other side.
Yeah, it's full all the way from that wall to that wall, and at least as far as I can reach out.
Rained over.
Yeah, I can't reach the bottom of it. He has to, and
It's
I've
probably
got
4 by 8. I had to get.
it's big, and it's more than waist high. Buddy, no. It's out. It's ugly out. It's raining. Come on. You don't need to go out there. You don't need to go out in the rain. Come on. Come on. Okay. Puppies. Puppies. More than one. So, how many puppies do you have? We're still on the puppy talk from last week.
It's 3.5 by 3.5 feet.
Antonio has puppies. Excuse me a minute, he's never get puppies.
I'll see her the year.
Out.
You keeping up with the comment?
No. Actually, I'm not. It's hard to see. I'm not kidding. Alright. Used to live just west of Athens, Georgia. You can find deer every morning on the side of the road. Yeah, we have lots of deer run over around here. Especially since the people who live about 3 houses down, they like to watch the deer in their yard. They feed the deer in their yard. You know how dangerous that is going in the middle of the night? Or not the middle of the night. They feed the foxes too. The deer go from the field across the road to their house, back and forth, all evening long once it gets dark. So if I have to run to the store after dark, it is extremely dangerous, especially in the wintertime, because they're jumping back and forth across the road. Big deer. Really, like, 150 pound, 200 pound deer. Big deer. No, I haven't kept up with the comments, baby. I'm sorry.
Judy, sometimes it means they ain't been pollinated. When did Keto get in? Oh, there's Keto. Did you say hello to Keto?
No, I told you I can't read the stupid comments.
Where? Read them on that.
That's even worse. Sorry, guys. Hey, Keto. Scott Swift. Hey, how are you doing? I'm having some glasses issues, and I'm having a hard time reading the comments.
If I can read it, how can't you read it?
Because mine's got some kind of
Look through it.
film. Oh my God. There's
That right there ain't.
that'll make your head hurt. Don't try on somebody else's prescription.
No, hold them up to the light with your glasses on and look through them. And quit whining.
Yours are not right dead center though. Yours is more around the edges.
The whole lens is covered. And it's got a big burn mark in one side of the left eye, right in the middle.
Hey Scott, how you doing? Yeah. Warren can see the glasses. He's telling us all about it. They are a bit stronger. They make your head hurt. Don't look through them. Alright. Drop said, oh, he's talking to Pine Valley. don't really go do more do for this stuff in Western lifetimes. Have a few spikes in certain areas back in lockdown. There's Gordon.
Gordon, I think everybody around here about to give up on it. We keep hearing all this mess on the news.
Mo says I'm going to see if I can pull you guys some peeps in. Ooh. Go Mo. Go stop. North State Outdoors. Old North State, excuse me.
North State.
I'm late to the party, but at least you made it. It doesn't matter if you're late.
Hey, we're just glad we're here.
Yeah. What is it that they say about making a grand entrance?
Yeah, fashionably late.
Fashionably late. Alright, Toe says kept 2 out of the 9. Tony, we might have to work on that whole you swinging by Eastern North Carolina. Alright. Oh no. Glasgow, I tried the contacts one time and scratched my cornea and said that's it. I don't need any more contacts.
I can't get them out of my big blind if I want contacts. I can't get them back out of my eye. I put them in, but I can't get them back out.
Well, that was my problem. I could take them out fine, but putting them in, I scratched my cornea trying to get them in. And that
I could put them in, but couldn't get them out.
Nope. So I'd rather wear glasses. Actually, what I want to do one day when I win the lottery is get the LASIK surgery. I don't have to worry about glasses.
Hey, it's Joe too. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joy. Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy. Well, Gordon, like I said, every time we turn on the news, it's the end of the world.
We had to wear both contacts and glasses. Yeah, that was bad.
And you know, we know 50 people just had it, and they all walked it off. You know, and, talking about the mess going around. Well, I'll be honest with you about something.
It's doing that here too, Gordon, but I think it's because they don't want people out.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Oh, crap, Jeremy. I'm sorry. You know what that means, don't you?
Oh.
Yeah. You got cover, you got cover calf. I don't know if they're here. That's reportable, Jeremy, and they'll come out and cover for you.
Digits triple July. Hey, how are you doing? Well, we are glad to have you.
I'm sorry about that, Jeremy. I think we talked about it on the phone the other day.
Did we do a video about that one time?
Yeah, we did a video on John's disease or John's disease, depends on who you ask what they call it. And
he said that his daughter's got a couple of pieces to the grandbabies.
yeah, that's right, Warren. That's right, Jeremy. Yes, it's a big bad deal. You call me tomorrow, and then you'll talk about it. Yes, you can eat the meat. Yes, you can feed the calf out. But they might not let you.
Yeah.
But you can, but you're gonna be messing everybody. If you carry them to the auction and sell them, you're gonna be messing everybody at that auction up. You have to split it to every cow there. So here, if the vet finds out you got Johnny's, they got to report you. And the state man comes out and they do away with your cow for you.
Yeah, and I doubt if they'll let him take them to the
Yeah, you ain't supposed to sell them. Well, he took them to the processors. Ain't nothing leave there alive. Just call me, Jeremy. Me and you'll talk about it. That is something I've had some experience with. And it's pretty common in milk cows. Yeah, Judy, we eat all that. Y'all probably got the same rain day we did. TV, yeah, and no. I mean, it's pretty well controlled. I'm sorry, Judy. I really am. We had a vet misdiagnosed one of our cows with yawns. When I knew she came from a yawning free herd, and she went ahead and called me and put us in quarantine before she had test results back. She'd already called the state veterinary hospital and has put her in quarantine. And the bad thing about it is all my customers from the shop had livestock. So I'm sitting here quarantined. She shut my shop down.
Put signs up.
Yeah, put a sign up at the road that we were quarantined. So none of my customers could come here because y'all had commercial livestock. And it was a big deal.
So the other vet he called, he took the signs down right away.
Well, the damage had already been done. 2 or 3 people had already rode by and seen them. And here with all the commercial livestock, those companies are funny.
Yeah, that's why I had to get rid of my guinea, because he would roost on his truck and he could. And so when
Look, we
he'd
got
go to a job site, they told me he couldn't go because he had guinea pigs on the truck.
We got some more people in here.
Guy outdoors. Yeah, I said that she was going to go round up some folks.
Oh,
and
thank
she
you, man.
did.
But you just call me, Jeremy. You call me tomorrow and we've had to deal with it on the other phone several times.
Tubby guy out there.
What was what we talk about? We have something here called blue tongue going at the deer spread. That's another thing. Liver flu is another thing.
What was the thing with it was going around last year that made their lungs have all these sores in them?
That was chronic wasting disease. And I don't know about it making their lungs have sores. It was not mad cow.
Well, I don't know if they had it here, but
yes,
seeing it on
first week on the job, Kaleidoscope. First week on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Ted.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult you. It's kind of cute because they keep saying, "Hey, Tubby," and that sounds like a cute little kitten, like a kitten. No offense. No, I like it. I think it's cute. My mom has 5 cats. No, 6. So a new cat adopted my mom this week.
Judy, I'm gonna tell you, doing spotlighting when you're a young teenager in the South is just something to do. You ride around, they've gun, they're not gonna kill them. But just ride around with spotlight, looking at deer because there's nothing else.
Okay, there's a difference in truly spotting deer and looking at the deer.
Now, there's this spotlighting is right around looking at deer, just be looking at deer. Firelighting is right around looking deer with a light to shoot them.
And you can go and spotlight all you want to.
Till 11 o'clock. You got to quit it.
As long as you don't have a gun in your truck.
You have a gun, bow, spear, no kind of
anything
weapon.
To kill them. If you're spotlighting, you've got something in your truck to kill them, it's illegal because that's considered poaching.
Did you say hello to Scott Swift? Was he in here?
Yeah, Scott's been in a little bit. Yeah.
Well, there's Luda. Luda the fan.
Still gonna find out what's in them very cut. You'd be disappointed.
There's MK Outdoors.
Hey,
Mo drug them in here too. Thank you, Mo.
Mo gets the party started, don't she?
Yeah.
All right.
The North State, it used to be something we used to do when we were, I mean, I'll be honest with you, we were poverty stricken Eastern North Carolinians. But if we had $4 to put gas in the truck, we were doing really good. And it was just something to go right around. We used to ride around and catch possums. Like somebody would buy them. I mean,
I never knew. I'm having this spot and all that stuff, but I never knew that you could see the animal's eyes, and that you could tell what kind of animal it was by the color it let when the light hit it. You could tell what kind of animal it was.
oh, you can't shoot them, Scott. You just look at them. You know, you can shoot hogs here now.
We are tickled to death. Thank you so much, Mo, and we are glad to have them.
But we used to, I know y'all can't believe it now looking at it. We used to, I could run a raccoon or a possum right now if y'all in the middle of the cornfield.
It's not illegal to shoot out of a vehicle?
It is. Not legal, not illegal, not legal.
It's not
It's
legal.
against the law.
Okay, yes.
Really, North State. I knew we had, I knew that they got the state broke up in 3 regions, but I knew there was different laws, but I didn't realize it was completely illegal. Down here, you can shine to an 11 o'clock, up to an 11 o'clock. I think the county or 2 over, you can shine all night. But you can't shoot that. You know, you better not. I about got locked up one night. We were raccoon hunting. I about got locked up one night, shining the field, spotlight, looking at my coon guns. Had 22 rifle in the truck. We were obviously coon, you know, lights on, hats, hip boots, coon dogs, dead raccoon, you know, and obviously looking at a dog, and anybody get us some fire lighting. The only thing we had with us was a dog on 22 pistol. Then he had a lot to say about that with the barrel on it. Yeah, you can't shoot out the window here in the daytime, though. Not here, but I have no idea.
Ontario, it's illegal to shine with or without a gun.
Yeah, I think North Star, I'm sure he's right. North State said in the mountains you can't even shine a light.
Well,
You just said can't go home. I believe that.
Luda, you can have a camera. You just can't have anything that'll kill them. You can't have a bow and arrow. You can't have a gun.
Yeah, you could film them, I reckon.
Yeah.
But North State, you about got a ticket on his looking for his wife's dog. Yeah. I try to tell people all the time, North Carolina game was different than everywhere else. Everybody else talks about how good the people at Grand Wars are. Ours are vicious.
Well, yeah, they're all over the roads. The dead deer are here, and you can tell which one's been hit by a car.
We've got a herd.
Hit by an 18-wheeler.
We've got a herd of about 45 right here around the house. I appreciate it, MK. Kiddo's good people. Oh, yeah, they don't know State. It's like, I'll tell you a little situation. And down
I've
here,
never heard him called it.
possum sheriff, possum cops. Down here, you know, it's against all shoot snakes. Probably a bunch of y'all won't know that, but North Carolina, you can't kill.
You can't even run over them.
You can't kill bullfrogs and snapping turtles and chicken snakes. And if you run over them on purpose, they'll write you a ticket. Well, if you got your pistol with you while you're fishing, old game warden pulls up. He's gonna ask you. He said, "You ain't got that pistol to shoot. You got that pistol in case you ran no water moccasins, don't you? And you better tell them it's for river pirates." The last time they asked me, they said, "Well, you got that pistol with you?" I said, "It's for river pirates." Ain't y'all seen that movie David Crockett couldn't buy a hand on them? I know I can't, right? If you tell him it's to shoot snakes with, he's gonna write you a ticket for intent to break the law.
Intent to kill a snake. I'm sorry. I didn't intend. I meant to.
And you better tell them it's because you're in fear for your life from somebody. You know.
It's those vicious trees.
Well, you can fight them, Judy. I mean, sometimes they'll throw them out when you get cold. Just
Very rarely. They like to make money off of them.
That's right. Which I'd been warned, Jeremy. I had a friend got a ticket like that. And he told me, "Look at this ticket they wrote me." I just told him, I said I had it. In case water moccasin got right up on me or something. They went, uh-huh. Well, Scott, our bears don't normally attack you. We have them, but they don't normally attack you when you're fishing.
Our bears are mostly big babies.
No, they ain't mostly big babies, but they're not grizzlies. You know, we got 800-pound black bear down here. We got great big black bear, but
they're not really aggressive. Though.
They ain't gonna. I mean, either. I don't know. Maybe in the old days you heard tell one attacking you, but anyway, we're in the eastern. We're right at the coast. You know, North Carolina's got two beaches. We got the inner and outer banks. We're about 30 miles inland and close enough to the High Seagulls. But there's Mike Smith. We ain't seen Mike in a long time. Yeah, we have alligators, but they're far and few between. We're doing good, Mike. Just seems like, you know, the whole world's against us, and Mother Nature's against us. Yeah, we talked about that before. Thank you, Keith. I reckon you got that before. Oh, yeah, Keto, we hunt bear here.
You tell them about the first time you ever went bear hunting?
I don't know if I ever have or not. You know, North State, I have read the trout regulations. I've gone up there trout fishing a time or two, and I've read them. And I just asked people I was with, y'all tell me what to do. Because, you know, the barbless hooks, you can only use these flies and this. You can fish this part of this creek, but not this part of it. You're right, it was a nightmare. I used to be an avid bear hunter. I was, my whole life kind of revolved around bear hunting. In a way, as far as hobbies went. I had a pack of bear hounds, plots, and bear season on last week. So we spent most of our time running dogs and no rifle. In fact, we had an old pet bear here on the swamp. We run her about 3 days a week. She climbed the same old dead oak tree. We'd be waiting at the tree when she got there. She waved at us on the way by and go to the tree. We catch the dog, put him in the truck, throw her a couple of honey buns full of trouble.
Did she wave at you?
just about. Then she climbed a tree in town one night. And a friend of mine went there and told him that he knew that bear personally, she was all right. Just let her go. And doggone game war shot her kid.
Mhm.
I
Never
know me or
had,
something. Someone
I've never had gator meat or bear meat. I've never had it.
time they ever asked a question. I'm sorry, y'all. I won't look at the doggone screen.
Field crops, that's the soybeans or field corn.
Scott said it's in a gator over by Jacksonville. Yeah, I think there's some. I'm pretty sure there's some around Jacksonville.
Um,
Pine Valley, grow a little field corn. Bear's good,
we're in Eastern North Carolina. Okay,
but it's just got to be. It's one of those things that's got to be cooked right.
we're about an hour straight towards the coast.
Get out of it.
Out of that. Inland. Glasgow wants to chase all the New Yorkers back up there. Tags and everything.
I will be honest with you, North State. My grandmama and my mama could cook it where it was fit to. Yeah, we're pretty close to the coast.
Driving we're about an hour and a half, but straight if you do a straight run about an hour.
So what?
Well, I'm not talking about any anyway. I'm just saying it's longer to drive because of the traffic.
You know, my uncle was in Korea, and he said they horse meat over there. He said everybody was fussing about eating the horse meat. The French gave it to him. And when you go down there, be sure to go to Sport Bait and Tackle. Get your new fish boat.
And don't forget,
if you want to go fishing, Brandon Rice Charles will take you out to deep water.
Yeah, absolutely. And I should have worn my shirt. Saltwater.
But he said the French Army gave him some bear meat, not bear meat, but horse meat, some horse steaks. And said everybody else is fussing about it, how to eat that horse meat. And they said it tastes about like bear to him. He bought him meat. Bear meat's a real dark red meat. And most time when they've been running with dogs, it's kind of game. You got to soak them. He was in Korea.
Oh, yeah.
If it's cooked right, North State, it's fit deep. But it's got to be cooked right. It's got to be soaked in vinegar and salt. You got to get the blood out of it.
Oh, they're driving.
Hey, Tracy.
M.O.
Oh, there's Preacher. Preacher been here all night.
He was here right to start off with and said, hey. 483 in chat. Ready to start them. Actually, 24 right a second.
Yeah, we had a bunch. We've had one. We had a bunch of people. You know, I had to my homestead. I mean, I kind of don't view equines as food, but if I was hungry, thank you, Mo.
It would have to be starving and nothing else. No other options. No other options.
I grew up with my grandma eating James and possums and foxes.
I didn't grow up like Chris eating squirrels and possums and stuff. So I would have a harder time. But if you're starving, you're starving. So I can see starvation driving you to do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally. Missed something with Tracy. What did Tracy say? MK, it was really nice to have you on. I have a great weekend. MK's has got to run. Nice meeting everyone. Great live stream.
Right. I can't believe we ain't got no ice cream and cookies.
I didn't buy him any junk food this week.
We had a cookie tree.
A cookie tree. Scott says he shot a turkey the other day, and you should have seen all the people running out of that store.
Shooting a turkey wouldn't be a hard hitter in town, but
There's a pineapple in it too, a cut pineapple.
oh,
It was already dead, but it should be on. Jeremy said he would do gopher before he did horse.
gopher.
Grab the other one too, bring one. We'll eat those. Simply Southern Roots. Hey, how you doing?
What was eating one?
Well, I want pineapple, and I know that you like all the pineapple. There's pineapple in there. Come over here and I'll get the pineapple. We're eating fruit. See, trying to get healthy, but he still wants chocolate and cookies and ice cream. That's it.
I'm like dog got watermelon outside.
You can eat your watermelon, I eat fruit. Mix. Okay.
You know, straight. My grandma used to talk about eating groundhog all there. Here talking to me about it. Did they eat them that rabbit up there?
Jeremy said you can't do possum. First, well, you said possum. Probably wasn't the best thing you ever had in your life. He's had it.
But I tell you what, it smelled the best anything I've ever smelled cooking. It smelled like it'd be fit to eat too. With the greasy, mushy thing got on the table. Hey, that's Simply Southern.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my grandmama said too, North State. They about lived off of their depression.
How do you find out if there's a tornado warning or something going on in your area? All right.
What?
How do you tell if there's a tornado warning in your area?
It sounded like a train.
I'm not saying tornado itself, but
Well, until you hear it sounding like it sounds like a jet in a
I
train.
kept hearing
But
this.
until you hear something sound like a jet about to land on the roof, don't worry about it.
Thanks. Not so much. But didn't you hear the fire whistle? Kept going off, kept going off, kept going off.
Well, that's the fire whistle.
But they do that when there's a tornado warning.
I got to catch
Okay,
you one time.
maybe I'm paranoid.
She's supposed to be reading comments.
Yeah, well, I'm more paranoid about tornadoes. I don't want a tornado. It would be bad. That would be bad.
Gordon, there's a thing in the muffler called a Sparker Restaurant. It's probably stopped up. I'll check that first. Kaleidoscope Junkie, we done that same thing. She's in the Weather Channel too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, Jeremy, that's very true. What you consider edible or not has a lot to do.
We watched a documentary that African porcupine apparently is the best meat of Africa, and everybody in the world hunts porcupine. It's not just one little group over here that all they eat is porcupine. It's all of them love porcupine. They all go for porcupine. I don't see anything on the Weather Channel about it. Please don't do that to my dog. He's already terrorized you. It's not fun. Well, maybe it won't. Maybe there's a fire somewhere. He has my grabby thing. You do that. Come over here.
Your grabby thing?
Yes, it's my grabby thing.
Your dog.
Well, how about come pick up and come do the live? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Peanut butter on rat traps.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know somebody knows about a rat trap on the tree trick. I actually thought I come up with it, to be honest.
No, you didn't. They got all into it. They used the porcupine quills as jewelry. They would trade them out, the prettier ones, and get you a pretty one.
Warren, they made it look easy, but they were professional porcupine people.
Yeah, they were all into it. And they
That's
thought it
about
was
right,
pretty.
North State.
Yep, they did toe heel. They flipped it on his back, but they pick out the pretty porcupine quills.
Well, see, their porcupines live in holes in the ground. So they were digging them out, smoking them out, stabbing them with sharp pointed sticks. Just a sharp pointed stick.
They worked.
And some poor fella drawing a short straw, and he had to go down the hole.
He crawled in there and couldn't get back out. And he thought there was one, but it turned out there was two in there.
One of them
He
suffocated.
was not happy. Oh, they started a fire and suffocated one. Then they had to dig it out.
I felt kind of bad for the porcupine.
Mm-hmm.
The sharp pointed stick, want all that sharp point.
Right.
And I believe he might have suffered a little bit.
I don't do mountain monsters. Not interested.
I've seen them cooked and on the plate. That's the closest I got to it.
Not interested. Nope.
Them old folks didn't waste nothing. Them old folks, they did was they had a boy that got it. They didn't waste nothing. I mean, we were talking about that the other day about them.
Hamburger and the rice balls and gravy.
Actually, sounds pretty good. Freezer full of chicken. We were talking about the other day, with a friend of mine, about he used to make the watermelon rind preserves. They ain't wasting nothing to eat. I ain't talking about throwing truckloads of hogs to the watermelons. We've done that, but they still pick a watermelon rind preserve, do this, do that. They didn't waste
Did you say
nothing.
something to Jake about watermelon rind?
Why?
Because he was out there yesterday cutting watermelon rind and chewing on it. I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing.
He just wanted to see what it tastes like.
Yeah, he just decided he was going to chew on the watermelon rind.
We might need some vitamin supplements.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's right, Gordon. It's like a catalytic converter stopped up on a car. Exhaust can't get out. They're idle, but you can't rev them up. Be the first thing I check. Yeah, they make pickled watermelon rinds, kaleidoscope. That's right, and they make watermelon rind preserves.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
You know, Simply Southern, we're looking at a refrigerator and can't find one. I could have got you a freezer. I had a freezer for you right down there about where you're at. If I'd known you needed one, I know you needed one.
We left it behind.
Yeah. We didn't need another freezer. We need a refrigerator. We need an egg refrigerator, and of course, the only thing left in the garden is those field things that chopped off to feed the pigs and everything. The ones that didn't disc up come back up.
Yeah,
So I definitely,
volunteer.
well, I know how it is, so you hate to buy a new one.
They're so expensive.
Gordon, there's just a screen in there. It'll come out. It's a, yeah, that's right. You might burn it out. You know, I usually take them out, but there might be one screw in there, and then you take the little cover off the muffler, and it'll be right in the end of the pipe. If you don't, if you can't get it to beat out or clean out, you can take a screwdriver and just tear them out.
What did you pre-purchase?
Probably a freezer. So we buy new ones. The store's full of new ones.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
But it costs money. Now, I'm used to getting old refrigerators free. Somebody buys a new one, you know. We got plenty of freezers, refrigerators with that one. I mean, it's nice having an extra one.
I won't, honestly, after hunting season, you can get freezers pretty cheap because people are buy more freezer than they need or they have room for because they think they're gonna get the big buck and they don't, or they don't get enough to use it, the effort. Usually you get a freezer pretty cheap after hunting season, but that's all the way in January, so you probably won't know now. My father-in-law has one that she's going to get and keep looking. So apparently it's not.
I think that one John had on the property was the door handle on.
Oh, near the door handle?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Mine says if I keep filling this second freezer up, I'm going to be in trouble when my beef gets in. Yeah, you're going to need room for it. We're going to can lamb meat and deer meat. Is in it.
My grandmama used to can some meat, Richard, but I hate to say it, I didn't pay attention to how she did it.
Simply Southern says that her steer leaves Tuesday and the pigs in October, and then it'll be deer season.
I don't know, we used to get a lot of deer.
Keto said that they have 3 freezers and don't think we'll ever have enough. We got 2 pretty good sized freezers, and they just about there.
Well, I just went and measured mine. Ours is 3.5 by 3.5 by 8 big. And the other one's just normal size chest freezer.
Gordon says so his exhaust is clogged like an EGR valve.
Yeah, something like that. There'd be a little screen, Jordan, you might just take a bolt out and take the muffler off of it.
Scott said he'll come down and take some off your hands. I guess whoever had the freezers for. Dicky's gonna have to do some canning to make room in his freezer. Preacher says he doesn't have enough freezer space. Got 2 freezers. Keto said love canned deer meat. Not sure about lamb. Never had lamb. Me either. Jeremy says I've wondered about canning meat. How's the texture after it's canned?
Well, what she can, mostly what grandma can, we got chick, beef, and gravy in this.
Pine Valley's got to go. Good night. Time
Yeah,
for
we're gonna have
bed.
to go in just a
Shut
minute.
up.
I look for a video tomorrow on building hard pens. Oh, I know I want to ask y'all. I had something I want to ask y'all. Who in here has much experience selling anything on the internet? Like Craigslist and these sales sites. That's about right, Geeky. I'll give you that. That's it. It's gonna fall all to pieces anyway because it's cooked to death. But well, with us Kaleidoscope, it's more expensive to can it. More expensive to can it than it is freezing. Our hot bill's so high that we can't tell if we get another freezer, you can't tell, you know.
The jars are here.
The
I
jars,
get a lot
the
of
lids, and
on yard sales, but still we go through. It doesn't take no time to use up all we've got. And gotta go buy more. And then there's no yard sales around, so I gotta go buy them full price, and they're expensive. When you have to buy like 50, 60 at a time.
three food. You talking about us or somebody?
I think it was mine. They said they had 3 freezers and they were just about full.
Well, Scott, we grow about everything we eat. We grow, I'm gonna say 80%, maybe 85% of everything we eat, we grow meat and vegetable wise. We buy garden peas and rice and cornmeal. What else do we buy? Smoked
Simple
sausage.
Southern's good thinking out.
Good night, Simple Southern. Try that. I'm telling you, Gordon, most times they call it a sparkler restaurant. Most times that's what else. Well, see, Kaleidoscope, we got generator. We're in hurricane country. We go without power 2 or 3 weeks sometimes.
We were right dead in the path of that hurricane.
Yeah, I mean we're right where the hurricanes come through. So you got to have a generator. You know, generator. Now we ain't got enough to run the air conditioning or the hot water heater. We got enough to run some fans and keep all the freezers and
we don't lose power that much though. Some of the big hurricanes we lose power.
you know, Mo Homestead, I thought about going. I wish I had a catfish farm. I've had a catfish farm before. I'd like to have another one. When I don't have any trouble selling anything online, what I have trouble with is people calling, they're on the way, they never show up. They call, they're gonna come. You got to quit what you're doing.
I'll wait all day.
Wait all day for them. Then they call. They're 2 hours later, they're supposed to be there. And, oh, we're coming tomorrow. Then they'll call you the next day and say, oh, we'll be there at 9 o'clock. Then they never show up. And then they show up and they already, kind of discussed the price. And then they show up and want you to reduce the price for them. I just have a lot of trouble with people being unreliable. And I didn't know if that was normal or just us. Or, well, it's like we advertise. We normally don't have to advertise on pigs. Pigs are normally gone. We're 7 on the internet, Scott. 7 not mine.
We had some issues with chickens this week too.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues with chickens. People not showing up,
I won't put y'all.
or they won't want a popular thing they want to do with me here lately. Normally we don't have to advertise these things. They're on the waiting list. They're gone by the time we're ready to win. They're already sold. Yeah, Warren, that can be a problem when you're trying to run a farm and a shop and do 40 other things. Waiting on somebody sometimes don't work. But what they want to do is they want to come up here and they tell you this right here. So I ain't got my hog pen ready yet. Let me go ahead and pay you for these pigs, and I'll come back and get them tomorrow. Or I'll come back and get them day after tomorrow. Sometimes it might be as far away as 2 or 3 days. Now, why would they hold that? Beaver Creek, they held that. I have no idea why. You're not Beaver Creek. But then they won't come back and get them. They'll pay you for them, and then they want you to keep them for 3 weeks. And then when they come back, and feed them for 3 weeks. And then when they come back, like, good, you don't have to. You want to do better than that. You gonna eat, or you tell them on the phone, say, look, I agreed to keep them for 3 days, but now you gonna have to pay more for them, And then I found out that that's kind of a little thing that went around on Facebook. It was the advice somebody gave people about buying livestock. To buy it, pay for it, and then tell the people they'll come back and get it. So they had to feed them for another 2 weeks, make it a better deal. And I thought that was just, I can't believe people do that, But I guess they will. That's kind of how I feel about it, Jeremy. That's just straight up dishonest. Now, I had one guy do it this week, this handicap, and I think he probably really was having trouble. I ain't talking about him, he may be watching. I was talking about him. I think he probably was having trouble.
He remodeling his house
Yeah.
and stuff. He's got a lot going on.
He's got a lot going on. He seems like a really, really nice guy. But I've had some other people do it almost at the point of being ready. And then I had somebody today pull it up on Facebook and show me we're on some homesteading groups that they had people telling them to do that. And they went somewhere to somebody like me, that breeds and sells pigs, and to try that, be a way to get them. They leave here to gain 20 pounds, and I got $40 more to feed. I need to do something, North State, but you know how it is. I'm old fashioned and old timey, and I'm gonna shake your hand and well, Jeremy, I kind of did that. And like this guy, I said, he paid. I didn't have to ask. When he finally came back to pig, he had doubled the price. But some people don't do that. They want to. What gets me is the same ones that want to leave him here for 2 more weeks. The same ones that pull them out and beg and plead for you to sell them to just a little bit cheaper with a long sad story and and I've heard some deuces. I've heard some best that just had nothing to do with buying a pig, And of course, I'll tell you how that boy I was talking about right then, I can give him my pet goat. I trust him that much. I hate to see our pet goat go, but kind of miss him, but we didn't need him. And I figured if I gave him away, I could give him away with stipulations. Choosing beggars, I think I might have seen some of that, to be honest with you. The best one was I had one old boy call me, and I told him, I said, well, I got somebody ahead of you coming to get the last 2 pigs of God. That's about right, Warren. I have actually told people that I don't feel like you're in a position to use livestock. Jeremy, I just look at it. And I probably told you this before. I can get somewhere in the ballpark, but I won't never have a booth at the fair. Now I pick them up, I can tell you. Now, by the time I grab a leg and pick him up, I'm exactly about how he is. Just looking at him,
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
They don't look as big as they are when they
Good night, Gordon. Glad you stayed here as long as you did.
when you get them out.
Yeah, they look small in the pen. They always look small in the pen. We told you that in videos. You look at some of our pigs in the pen, they don't look that big. But all those pins are in a little bit of a hole. The first thing a hog does is make the whole pen a hole. And these mid-thigh on you, Jeremy, he's probably over 200 pounds. Well, I'm going to tell y'all a story we're going to get off here. This is pretty funny. This is a true story. This is a true story. I had a boy call me a couple of litter pigs back. And y'all know we get a good price right here. I got good pigs. I work hard to have good pigs. My pigs are fed well, doctored, vaccinated, cared for, they're value added, and I can get a good price for them. And plus, they're kind of rare. They're the old timey, hard type hogs. They're a little bit rare. And I can get a good price for them. Well, I had a boy call me, said he wanted, I believe it was 4 meat pigs. And I had some that I kind of been saving it if I was going to sell them or not. He wanted them. And I said, well, I will sell them to him. He's kind of pushing me to sell them to him. Didn't know it. Got my phone number for somebody else. They knew a customer. And anyway, finally showed up. Didn't come today. He was going to come. Called about that night. Said he'll be here next day. Finally showed up. And I told him that I want $125 for the pigs. I figured they weighed about 50 pounds. Well, I got in there and grabbed him two and picked them up. They weighed every bit of 70 pounds. At least 70, maybe 75. Doggone, I stuck myself. I don't know why in the world I sold these pigs for $125. That's pure foolish. And I need to feed some out and don't get them. I mean, yeah, you do, And I got him two in his truck. And I grabbed the next two and put them up there. And he looked at me and said, you'll take $100 for them, won't you? And I said, no. I need to get 150. He said, what happened to 125? I said, well, I told you 125, so I was going to stick with it. I said, but when I picked them up and grabbed them, brought them back here, I realized I was selling them too cheap. I realized I ain't really looked at them a couple of days. I ain't really hit a little gross bird game to me. I said, that's $150. He said, well, no, you agreed to 125. I said, well, see, you opened up negotiations. You see, I was going to sell them to you for what I told you I wanted for them, but you brought up that the price was negotiable. So being the price is negotiable, I want $150. He said, well, you can't do that. I said, well, it ain't no problem, man. I mean, I don't have no trouble selling pigs. We'll take it right back out of your truck, put it right back in that pen, ain't no more thing. He said, well, I don't know about 150. I said, well, no, they're 175, man. I said, I get 175. I didn't do the math right. They get a bill. You remember that day out there, that guy had him so mad. He was robbing around, kicking and cussing. I said, ain't no problem with unloading. I was getting mad. I mean, I was spicing by trying to beat me out of something. I had more than that in him. He finally agreed on 150. That's why I went to 175, so he agreed to 150. But I mean, we had a set price till we open negotiations. And once he opens negotiations, we can negotiate. Ain't that right? It's a damn 20, baby. Like everybody's tired. And like I told Jake, we wanted to get that hog in at the mall. He's got to dig them holes there toward he and shovel with a snorkel mask. But that ain't patent in there. Y'all feel free to use it. Y'all feel free to use it. It was the best bargaining technique that I had ever Well, I wasn't expecting it to, Warren. The guy kind of ticked me off, you know, too. I was expecting him to say, well, I ain't paying that. You better get him my movie. That's what I was expecting to have happened.
Not extra for wine.
Well, that's right, Geeky. We don't. I tell people all the time, they call and say, well, I think I want one. You better make up your mind. They're all going to be sold by tomorrow. And sometimes we sell them twice. We don't mean to, but, you know, do what?
I said, not we. Chris start counting pigs and selling them and counting them again. Wait a minute, I counted wrong.
Hey, but two left, and there's two people coming after them.
Yeah.
Whatever are we going to do?
Well, y'all have a great week. We will see you next week. I hope everybody has a nice, drama-free, no storms, no hurricanes. Nice week.
Don't let me forget Josh. I want Josh now.
Josh, let's call him tomorrow so y'all can go ahead and.
Well, they ain't gonna be.
Is Josh still up here?
Josh is gone. Don't let me forget. He said something about it several times. I believe he said. I want him.
Yeah, that's the first thing he said was that as soon as he
Well,
come up,
two left.
well,
There's already sold.
there's one then. If Josh get one.
Well, I'm saying he'll pay for two. If he wants one, I need to know for sure. You know.
Okay. Is he planning on breeding or eating? Because
He just won't want to eat.
well then it probably doesn't matter.
Well, there's plenty of bar hogs in there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It probably doesn't matter.
Well, everything's sold so for me, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We got top 18 for us. So, I ain't gonna eat them.
Y'all have a great night.
They say Josh wants one, and Jimmy wants two. So I might go get one more pig from Paul and make that work.
Bye, y'all.
Good night, everybody. We appreciate you watching. A whole lot. Thank you. Well, make sure they food. I hate. That's one thing I always hate on the live is when they cut you off and you're trying to finish a conversation or say goodbye or something like that.
I just noticed that Mo said hugs for us to stay safe. Thank you, Mo. Good night. Hugs back.